Now, speaking of people who they keep saying don't have a letter and all this, we have Nene Leakes. Now, as far as Nene is concerned, Bravo that came forward and said it's not true that she's not fired. Nene and her people that came forward and said it's not true, she's not fired. But apparently Kenya wants her fired so bad, honey. Kenya Moore that went on to another platform. Y'all know we've been keeping track. How many has been like 6 so far since the damn reunion ended. Kenya has gone on yet another platform, talking about Nene Leakes. It's like, Kenya, when you gonna talk about Mark? We want to know where Mark is and what he doing. Anyway, I digress. So Kenya went on this interview and she said, hold on, we're gonna pull this interview up as well. Kenya went on this interview, and of course, Kenya's not interesting enough to talk about her whole, her life. So she got to talk about Nene Leakes' life. So she went on this show. It was a Zoom show. She promoted it on her platform, on her Instagram, and several journalists was on this Zoom meeting with her. It was like somebody from OWN, somebody from, a couple of other journalists. I can't remember the names, but I peeked in there for a second. But so here's what Kenya had to say when she was asked about Nene.
Well, I honestly do not know if Nene is coming back. I think that her rep said that she does not have a contract as of now. That can change, but normally if they want you back, they give you a contract, right away. All of the girls that I know that are coming back, we pretty much get them, at the same time. So you can speculate on what that means or not. Things could change, but right now there's not a contract.
Oh yeah, yet again we have Kenya stirring the pot, sitting in the closet. Mark's clothes are sent back to wherever, sent back to the store. She's sitting in her closet talking about Nene. Now, for her to be like, she hasn't got her letter. They say they in negotiations. Well, what is she negotiating? I'm just saying, if they don't want her back, what is she negotiating? But again, I digress. You said, don't be worried about Nene again. Is Mark coming back? That's what we want to know. We want to know what's up with Mark. Now, let's talk about Mark for a second, because y'all keep sending me stuff about Mark. They was like, Mark and Kenya unfollowed each other on either they never followed each other on Instagram, because when she wished him a happy Father's Day and he said something about Father's Day, she posted all of these old pictures of Mark with baby Brooklyn. They weren't current pictures. And she also did not add his restaurant. So apparently Mark doesn't have a personal Instagram. He uses his SoCo BK, for all of his little personal things that he has to say. So she put the name of the restaurant in it, but she didn't add him. So people thought that was, strange. So they was like, are they blocked from each other on Instagram? Perhaps they are. She keeps saying she blocked him from the phone. Maybe he blocked her from his social media. I don't know. You said, I don't know if Mark is coming back either. Well, Romero, apparently, according to Kenya, Mark is definitely not coming back. Well, she didn't say that, but she said that her friend Brandon DeShazar, remember him? He's the one that Apollo got to fight with Apollo. They was like windmilling each other during that pillow talk party. Well, apparently Brandon will be on the show for season 13 alongside Kenya. That's what Kenya said. And and then speaking of Kenya, she also mentioned, they were asking her who does she think would be a good housewife. Kenya don't have no female friends, so she don't know. So Kenya hit the also said that one of your former faves would make a perfect housewife. Hold on, let me show y'all who she thinks would make a perfect housewife.
Another question a lot of people asked, and then there's a fun one. So a lot of people asked, which housewives would you bring back if you could bring anyone back on the show? And then someone else also asked, who outside of the Housewives of Atlanta Housewives would you invite to come join the cast? two-part.
Well, I'll take the latter one first. The one person I would invite to come, you mean in another franchise or just anyone?
Anyone.
Oh, anyone. You know what? It's gonna shock you, but I would say I would love to see a Vivica Fox. I would.
Yes.
I would love to see a Vivica Fox. You know, she's outspoken. She owns who she is. She's had issues that have been very public.
Vivica Fox.
And she's not afraid of a fight. So I say Vivica.
I would watch, absolutely.
You know she's just saying that.
Who would you invite back who has been off the cast? A lot of people are asking about Phaedra. Is there anyone that you would invite or that you would want to see come back?
I want to see come back. Well, you know what? They weren't a housewife, but I would love to see them come back as a house husband. Lawrence. I mean, you know, we've never seen that on the show.
Lawrence
has been a great cast member. He's so intelligent. He is loved by everyone. He's feisty. He can read somebody down. And I would love to see Lawrence come back. But
Lawrence. First of all, let's talk about the Vivica Fox situation for a second. She said Vivica Fox because, you know, Vivica is the one who went on to Claudia Colorist Jordan's platform and rubbed her nose and acted like Nene was on drugs. So I guess, you know, my enemy is my friend. So, you know, she's bringing up Vivica's name simply for that. But we already know Vivica is not going on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, child. There's that. Secondly, she, you know, when she names Lawrence as being a possible housewife, Lawrence, I'm like, well, he is an actor, so I guess just like her, he could come on and, you know, twirl around and act. You said Lawrence is not even a husband. Exactly. What? This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, not the Real House Husbands of Atlanta. Speaking of which, where is Mark? Can somebody call into Kenya and ask Kenya, where is Mark? Let me see. Did she say anything else? Did they post anything else worth noting? Let me see. Kenya speaks on what's new with Kenya Moore hair care. Nope. Kenya speaks on her friendship with Cynthia Bailey. Nope. So they didn't get the clip where she said that, you know, her and Mark were you know, he's still quarantining in New York and she's still quarantining in Atlanta, even though everyone is free to travel at this point. You said Mark is with his real wife in New York. That's what the people say, that Mark is with his real wife. I don't know where Mark is, but we be asking. I've been asking Kenya all this time, where is your husband? Where is Mark? But anyway, I digress now.